Hi, this is Chazz Palminteri. Welcome to the Chazz Palminteri Podcast. Real excited to be here. We got a great show today, but before we talk about that, there's some things I got to tell you about. That's my website, chazzpalminteri.net. chazzpalminteri.net. I'm doing the one-man show, big tour, a big tour here. So Tarrytown, that's April 9th. I'll be at Tarrytown, New York, at the Tarrytown Music Hall. Please come and check me out. The one-man show, the original one-man show. Again, April 10th. That's a Sunday at the Paramount in Huntington. I've been there maybe 10 times. It's a great, great place. You got to come and see it. And May 15th, which is my birthday, I will be in Morristown, the Mayo Performing Arts Center. And then one more I can give you, and that is April 30th. This is all April, folks. Staten Island at the historic St. George Theater in Staten Island. All of these dates, you could just go on chazzpalminteri.net, look them up. Come and see the original one-man show that started it all, which I won Best Show in Las Vegas at the Sunset Strip. It was a Broadway hit. It was the #1 in Las Vegas. Come to see it. It's exciting. Also, before we get into it, I want to talk about my merchandise real quick. You go to chazzpalminteri.net. If your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband is one of the great ones, look at that. Bronx tail on the front. It's a great, great gift. Well, she better be one of the great ones. We got a T-shirt here. The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. You know, love this, man. My dad wrote that. Wasted talent, Bronx tail in the front. This is like the big seller, the hoodie. The hoodie's another big seller. This one here, a Bronx tail in the back. Now you can't leave in the front. I don't know, people love that. Now you can't leave. Never think you would write something and it lives for 30-something years, right? And, of course, long-sleeve black T-shirt, Bronx tail in the front. Is it better to be loved or feared? They make great gifts. They really do. And don't forget, I sell posters from the original one-man show signed. And, of course, my lucky card, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. My dad said that. I made a replica of the card. You can get it on my website, chazzpalminteri.net. It's a lucky card. All I can say is I put this in my children's room. Dante and Gabriella. Dante graduated the top musical school in Boston, Berkeley, and my daughter goes to the top theater school in the country, University of Michigan. So, I don't know. It works, folks. All right, so John the One is behind there. He's producing right now. How you doing, John? Everything good?
Hey, Chaz. Yeah, everything's great. How about you?
I'm doing great. Psychic. People want to know about psychic ability. You know, is it bullshit? Is it real? Look, I can only tell you my experiences. I've always felt that I was psychic. But I'm going to tell you one story, then I'm going to revert back to the beginning. My Michigan cup here. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you a story. I was on a film set once. And I do this thing where if somebody gives me a piece of jewelry, I need something, keys, a piece of jewelry. Visions come in my head. I know what you're thinking. Chaz, stop bullshit. It's the truth. So I was doing it I think I was doing a movie called Yonkers Joe in Las Vegas. And all of a sudden, I'm getting pretty good. I'm hitting a few great things. So there was one of the grips. He's watching and he goes, this is bullshit. I don't believe it, he said. I said, well, it's your prerogative, He goes, I'll tell you what. I'm wearing this wedding ring for 30 years. I don't even remember when I took it off last. I'm going to give it to you. Tell me what you can do with me. And this is in front of a lot of people. We're sitting down on the cast chairs. So what I do is I say, all right, he put me on the spot. I mean, sometimes nothing happens. It doesn't work. I said that. He goes, yeah, okay. So he gives me his ring. So I hold the ring in my hand, and I'm telling you, I don't know what was happening, but visions started running in my head. Now, I swear on my mother and father, I am not exaggerating or lying to you right now, what I'm about to tell you. So I said, wow. I said, did you grow up on a farm? And he looks at me and says, yeah. Yeah, all right, good guess. All right, yeah. Really, really being very indignant, So I said, all right. I said, I saw this farm with green grass, like really big. I said it was a very big farm, a lot of acres. He says, yeah, it was. I'm telling you, it was like a picture book just flowing in my head. It was one of the best times that ever happened to me. And then I say to him, there was a dirt road behind your farm, behind your house. Now I get his attention. He says, yeah. I said, behind your house there was a dirt road, but there was a lot of white gravel where your house was, where the road was. He says, yes. Everybody's quiet now, right? So then I said, you got hurt on that dirt road. Because I saw a knee, really bad knee, abrasion and bleeding, And he said, yeah. I said, I don't know, 9, 10 years old? He says, yes. And I said, a white car came to pick you up. It was a white car. I can't tell you the make of it, but it was white. He says, yes. And then I look at him and I say, a letter J? J? Somebody picked you up with a letter J? And he said, my Uncle Jim, give me my ring back. That's enough. And he got scared. You believe that, John?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
I mean, that was one of the best ones I ever did. And he said, give me my ring back. And everybody was like, quiet. And so, now, does it happen like that all the time? No. Could I get nothing sometimes? Yes. It just happened. So, and I tell you this because I want to go back to the beginning. But I had to tell you that story about how I feel and where I'm at now. I was like, when I was a young boy, like when I was like 14, West Side Story came out in 1960. I think 1960, the movie. Yeah, came out. I was 9, and I had this vision. I always wanted to be an actor. Of me playing Tony in West Side Story. But obviously I was too young. But I remember loving the name Maria. Even before West Side Story. Maria, Marie. That was my name that I always felt that I was going to marry a girl named Maria. Always. And I would tell people that, and people would laugh, Maria, I just met a girl. I don't know what it was. It was Maria, So anytime I would meet a girl named Marie or Maria, I would buckle. My knees would buckle because I said, oh, Maria, oh, God. So I'm going to tell you a few stories. One was I met a girl named Marie, and I was, 16 maybe, 15, 16. I met her. And oh my God, I was crazy about her. Blonde, cute, blue eyes. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And I met her in the botanical gardens in the park. I was with my friends, she was with her friends, and we started talking, and I asked her what her name was, and she said Marie, and I was like, oh, God, Marie, Jesus, I got to see this girl. So we said we were going to meet the following week in the park, right by the Snuff Mill restaurant where the benches were. I'm 16 years old, right? So I said, okay. So she said, we're going to meet there and, talk, whatever. So I go back home and I'm thinking about her all week. All week I'm thinking about her. Next day, so the weekend comes. So my friends all know the story, right? I never, I said, it's a story. I don't even know if she knows. Obviously, but I'll tell you a caveat to the story. But so I go there. So it's Saturday, the next week, and it's raining. So my friends are telling me, well, you can't go to Botanical Gardens. It's raining. She's not going to be there. I said, yeah, but what about if she is? So they're saying, come on, don't be you're a wimp, you're this. You know what I mean, John? You know the way young guys are, right?
Just follow love.
Yeah, they're really breaking my balls, But I was so crazy about this girl that I said, I'm going. I said, stop raining. Look, it stopped. It was drizzling. So I go to the Botanical Gardens and I sit there and I'm waiting. And an hour goes by and she's not there. Now it starts to rain hard. And I'm still sitting there in the rain like this, right? All of a sudden a car pulls up. It's my friends. They got one of the older guys to drive them. And they're all laughing at me. Laughing. They said, come on, get in the car. Forget about this girl, Marie. And I said, yeah. So I got in the car, and I couldn't get her out of my mind. I really couldn't. So about maybe 2 or 3 weeks went by. Me and my friends, we went to this dance. And it was called A Lady of, I guess I could say it, A Lady of Solace. I think it was on Morris Park. So I'm at the dance. Again, I'm 16. And I go to the men's room. And the men's room was downstairs, I remember. So I'm walking downstairs, and I feel someone pull my shirt in the back, and I turn around, and it's her, this girl, Marie. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Well, I'm besides myself. Gone. So we start dating and we start seeing each other, and it was wonderful. It was really great. But as 16-year-olds, 17, your life is, you don't stay together. Very rare does that ever happen when people stay together when they're that age. But I never saw her again after maybe months. And then just recently, she got in contact with me on Facebook, and I saw her at a show, and my God, think of that, all these years later. And it was great to see her, and wonderful family she has, and a wonderful person. So I tell you this because it's this Maria thing. You know what? When I was in the 8th grade, my first crush, I don't want to mention, should I mention her name? Another Marie. Actually, it was Rosemary. I won't say her last name. But I was 13 at that time. But there was a Rose, but Marie, forget it. So I was crazy about her, but her brother didn't like me for some reason. I guess he thought I was a wise guy, her brother Joey. So whatever. When I say a wise guy, I mean a wise ass. But when you're that age, you always protect your younger sister. So these happen. These Marie things happen. When I was in my neighborhood, I was dating a girl named Marie. She was from the neighborhood. I met her. We were crazy about each other. But, again, break up. Another Marie, high school. My graduation. I remember her signing my thing. I can go to her right now. Theodore Roosevelt. Maria, her name was. She goes, oh, always great to, always, you're a great guy. She said something really nice, and I really, really never forgot that. But another Maria. All right. And I tell you this because I'm setting up a whole bunch of stuff here. I get to LA. I meet this girl. I wasn't famous. I meet this girl, and her name was Maria. She was a dancer. Whatever. No, not one of those dancers. She was actually a real dancer on Broadway and you know plays and things like that. And I thought it was going to be her. Crazy about her, but we broke up. So then now I go to church. I haven't made it, and I'm in this church called St. Charles on Lancashire in L.A. And I'm saying, God, I really want to, please let me make it. I said, if you help me make it, I promise I'll do the right thing. And I said, and by the way, could you set me up with a girl? It doesn't have to be Maria, I said, just a nice girl. Now you got to remember, I'm not a kid now. I'm like, I don't know, I'm 38 years old, trying to make it in Hollywood. So finally, I go to church on a Sunday, on 10 o'clock mass, right? And what happens? I see this girl leaving. I'm leaving, she's leaving. Blonde, green eyes, stunning. So I look at her, she looks at me. We had a connection there, but I don't know. I was embarrassed to say anything. John, I'm in church, right? What am I going to say? You got a pencil? Could I have your number? It just doesn't feel right.
Not the time or the place.
It's not the time or the place. You're absolutely right. So I didn't say nothing. So I get home and I go, damn it. I said, why didn't I say something? So then I said, I know what. I'll just go to church next Sunday at 10 o'clock. Maybe she'll be there. So during the week, I'm thinking of her. Wednesday comes, my friend says, oh, come on, Chazz, you got to go. Come with me. I got a bar. My friend John says, you got to come to this place, and I'm opening up a new club, and I didn't really want to go, but I always remember my mantra. Life is all about showing up. So I forced myself to show up. I walk into the door of the club. A girl's coming out. We went, bam, we smack right into each other. I mean, right into each other, right? And I look at her, and I said, I saw you Sunday at Mass. She goes, I saw you Sunday at Mass. And we start talking. I said, why are you leaving? She goes, my girlfriends want to go to it. I said, why don't you hang around a little? Let's have a drink or something. So she stayed. And we kind of started dating each other. And all of a sudden, I wasn't famous yet, but I had money because I made a deal with A Bronx Tale. I made a deal, about the play, and I was just waiting for it to happen where I was going to film it. But again, I wasn't famous at all. So we talk, and I told her, yeah, I'm waiting to have this movie. I'm hoping that this movie happens, So what happened was, we started dating, and we really, really, fell in love. I mean, literally fell in love with each other, like together all the time. I love it when people go, well, relationships will work. You know what? Not in the beginning, they'll work. I'm sorry, John. If you like somebody and you care for somebody, you want to see them. You want to be with them. And I tell the ladies and the women out there and the men, if you see the person you just met is making excuses, doesn't want to see you, you know what? Bullshit. Don't go by what people say. Go how they act. Especially young guys. Young guys are so full of shit. Because I was full of shit when I was that age too. I'm crazy about you. But they got 3 or 4 girls they're playing. Come on. Older guys that they play too, yes. Do women play games too? But the way to stop games is just look what they do. Their actions. The old saying, actions speak louder than words. It's a simple thing, but it's the truth. If a guy wants to see you, he wants to see you. If he starts saying, well, I got this, I got that, or a girl say, well, I can't be there, well, I'm not ready for a relationship right now, that means they're not ready with you. But they're ready, but not with you. So sometimes you got to face reality, guys. Ladies, don't listen to the bullshit sometimes. If a guy wants to be with you, he's with you. You know what? You'll move heaven and earth. Nothing could happen. Nothing could get in the way. I mean, all my friends were telling me, oh, you know, you have money now. Now's the time. You should be single. I didn't care. Because I knew if I lost her, I was losing someone really, really important. You have to weigh the difference. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to see somebody, see a lot of girls, or lose the, what am I going to do? I mean, and we'll talk about that. That's a whole other thing about projection. But I want to stay on this psychic thing for a second. So I didn't care what anybody said. I did not give a shit. I was not losing this girl. And I asked her what her name was. Oh, I meant to tell you. Her name was Giovanna Renato. But they called her Jana. Jana, who is my wife still today, thank God. We've been married, it's going to be 30 years. So we were seeing each other, and I knew I was going to propose to her. And so I had the ring in the house. I bought a beautiful diamond ring for her. So I said, okay. So one day, I'm one of those, look, I'm a writer, an actor. You know what I mean, John? I got to make it special. I can't do it like one day I just go, hey, John, here's a ring, I love you. I gotta write a movie, So what I did was, I asked her one day, I had it all set up, because I knew she didn't see it. I said, did you ever see the Grand Canyon? And she says, no. I said, you never saw the Grand Canyon? John, did you ever see the Grand Canyon?
I haven't been there yet.
John, you got to see it. For those of you who never saw the Grand Canyon, when you see it, it takes your breath away. It's something you will never forget. It's almost like you hear angels, you hear God.
I've been to Antelope Canyon, if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, I know where it is, yeah. No, that's small potatoes. No, you got to see the Grand Canyon. That's why they call it Grand Canyon.
Understood.
Okay. So I said to her, so you never saw the Grand Canyon? She said, no. Now, this is after, months. I'm not losing this girl. So I said to her, let's go see the Grand Canyon. She goes, when? I go, now. She goes, right now? I go, yeah, now. Today, this moment. So she starts laughing. So I call a limo. Limo comes, picks us up. I'm in L.A. It's not a long flight. We fly to the airport. She's laughing. We're having fun. We get on a plane. We fly there. And we get out. I rent a car. Get in a car. We're driving to the Grand Canyon. Like hours later. She can't even believe this shit. She doesn't know I got the ring in my pocket, right? Again, I'm a writer, actor. I got to make a movie out of this. So we get to the Grand Canyon. And there's this place called Hopi Point. If you go to Grand Canyon, that's where you got to go. Hopi Point. That's the best place to see it, they said. So we go there, and I remember my friends saying to me, you can't go to Grand Canyon. There's going to be all these tourists around. I said, I don't know. I got this vision that there's going to be nobody there. Crazy thing, right? We drive up to Hopi Point. There's nobody there. How the hell is this possible? This one spot where you can see the Grand Canyon, there's nobody there. So I can't believe it. So we're talking, she sees it and her eyes start watering up. She starts crying. She has no idea about the ring. I mean, it's literally that breathtaking. So I said, Jonna, do you know so this is what I tell her. I write the script and everything. I go, Jonna, do you know how long this Grand Canyon's been here? She goes, I don't know. It's got to be millions of years. I go, millions. Trillions of years. This is from the beginning of time. That's how it was developed, from water going through it. I said, this has been here for billions and trillions of years. And that's how long I'm going to love you. And I take out the ring. Well, that's it, pal. That's it. I wrote this because I felt it in my heart. That's why I wrote it for her. And I said it, and I gave her the ring, and she opens it up and looks at it. Tears, now she's hysterical. And the first words were, "Oh my God, it's huge." I go, I guess, I don't know. So she loved it. And I was getting so nervous because she was holding it because we were right by the Grand Canyon. I'm going, "Oh, babe, take it easy. Because if that goes down, it's over." And we fell in love and we kissed. Okay, now there's a reason why I'm telling you this story with my psychic ability. So we get on a plane and we're going back home to LA. We were living in LA there. I had to rent a house in Bel Air. So we're on the plane and I say to her, I said, Jana, I said, this is a weird thing. I forgot about this, but I always thought that I was going to marry a girl named Maria. I said, it's been with me my whole life. I don't think I ever told you, but I just always thought it. She looks at me and she can't talk like. She goes, are you, how do you? And I go, what's the matter? So she goes, my name's Maria. I said, what are you talking about? Your name's Maria. Your family calls you John. Everybody calls you Jana. Your name is Giovanna. It's short for Jana. She goes, you don't understand. I was named after my grandmother, Maria Giovanna Renato. Her first name is Maria. But at birth, she was named after the grandmother, but nobody calls her Maria. They call her Giovanna, which they cut to Jana.
Funny that you say that. My family does that too. Everybody in my family calls me Jesse, and my first name is John.
There you go. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like weird, like, and I was like stunned. I was like, wow, holy shit, I'm marrying a girl named Maria. Can you believe this? I was stunned. But this name has been haunting me. I should say haunting, that's not a good word. This name has been in my life, the word Maria, my whole life, When we moved back to to New York. So I was going to buy this great apartment. I'll never forget it. 73 Murray Street, Murry, Murray Street, right across the street from the World Trade Center. I mean, right next to it, right? This is 2000. So I see this apartment. I'm going to buy this apartment. It's a beautiful apartment. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was 4,000 square feet. It was the whole floor. You know those buildings, you buy the apartment, you go up, the elevator goes right into your apartment. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. So we're all excited, we're going to live here. So we go there a few times, we're making a deal. So now we're going there to, to put the check down to buy it. And everything's all set. So what happens is, her and I are waiting for the real estate person to get there. We're there early, we're excited, right? We're eating hero sandwiches. She's got a hero, I got a hero. We're eating in front of the Murray Street, on Murray Street, we're eating. This is 2000. So I go, I'm looking up, there's the World Trade Center right there, right? I'm looking up at the World Trade Center. Did I ever tell you this story, John?
Haven't heard it.
Okay. And I just keep looking at it, and she goes, what's the matter? And I got this unsettling feeling. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling right. And I said to her, you think it's all right that we're living right next to this thing? And she goes, well, what does that have to do with anything? I said, well, they tried to bomb this thing in 1993 with the bomb and shit. I said, I don't know. If they try again and this thing falls, we're dead. She goes, you know what? You've lost your mind. This thing's not going to fall. What are you talking about? My hand to God. True story. So I say, you know what? And this psychic feeling is coming over me big time. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Then finally I just said, I don't want to do this. I said, let's just put this off for a little bit. I said, I'll tell you what. I always wanted to build a house. I said, I'll build you a beautiful castle, whatever you want. But let's find a lot of acres. Because I kept having visions of green land. She goes, oh, you just don't want me to live in the city. You want to move out of the city. You know I'm a city person. I said, honey, let's just find something. We go, so we get in the car, we drive up. I said, there was always a place I wanted to live. In Westchester. I won't say the name of the place. It's a beautiful place. And I used to drive up here when I was a kid, and I used to say, holy shit, look at all these freaking people. Who lives here? It was just beautiful houses, but a lot of land. And I always thought about it. And I had this vision of me and my wife with the house being just framed, holding my son's hand and her holding the other hand on our backs, looking at our house being built. I told her this vision I had. So we go up there, and this is 2000, 99, 2000. I know it's close. I'm not sure. It was close to 2000. So I said to her, we're looking, we can't find land. It's very hard because it's a very choice area. So we're in a place, it wasn't a coffee place. It was like for breakfast. And I'm talking to this girl, and a woman, and young girl. And she says, oh yeah, I'm a real estate person. I said, oh, really? I said, what's your name? Maria. Maria. She goes, I got this property that I just got. Why don't you come and look at it? We go, we look at it. Absolutely gorgeous. Just comes on the market, right? A lot of acres, absolutely gorgeous. I look at her, she looks at me, she goes, oh my God, it's beautiful. We buy the land. We buy the land from this girl named Maria. Okay, cut to 2001, a year later, our house is being built, right? The frame is up. We take a photo. I have it. I don't have it with me now. We have a photo of the frame being up, me on one side, my wife on the other, my son Dante in the middle. Okay, we're holding his hands, looking at the frame. What happens is World Trade Center comes down, right? That apartment where I was, devastated. No one could live there for 3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 years, you could not live there. It was right ground zero, devastated. Okay? So another Maria saved my life. So that's a special name for me. And these are things I was talking to you about, my psychic ability. I don't know how this happens. I'm not saying I'm this, sometimes nothing happens. But I was curious to know that if anybody has any psychic ability, you could send me some photos, send me some questions on Chazz Palminteri, the Chazz Palminteri Show at gmail.com. Send me some, stories about psychic ability if you have any, if you believe it or not, because I got to tell you, this really happened. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not here to tell you stories that don't make no sense. My hand to God that this happened. Well, I got to tell you, today was a great show.
Well, what's interesting about what you're saying, though, is I've heard before that similarities are a part of manifestation. So if you manifest something, like you're like, oh, I'm going to meet this girl, Marie or Maria, and you keep thinking about it, you're going to start seeing similarities, and they're going to start popping up, and then it's going to manifest your destiny.
Very, very true. Very true, John. That's why your thoughts, and I tell this to everybody out there, your thoughts are the dialogue to your life. And I mean your thoughts. People go, thoughts are not bad deeds. Well, maybe they're not bad deeds, but they definitely point you in the wrong direction if you start thinking about bad thoughts more and more. Because you will, like John said, you will manifest it. So if you think of good things, what happened was, remember what I'm always saying to you. If you think of good things, the flow of life goes right through you. But when you're tight and you think of bad things, life just bounces off you. So we had a great show today. I want to thank you so much. Don't forget, I will be at Tarrytown, April 9th at the Tarrytown Music Hall. I will be at the Paramount, the great Paramount in Huntington, Long Island, on April 10th. That's a Sunday. On my birthday, May 15th, I will be at Morristown at the Mayo Performing Arts Center. And of course, Staten Island. Hey, how you doing? Staten Island, I'll be at the St. George Theater, the historic St. George Theater. It's going to be a great show. See you there.